Mesem kan eni awieye opese usika ekanya mesem esesa amanfo gidie ni amanfo kra ana se opese udua ba bi ebeboa wo asasi so ha ene dan kwa matemuada sene de bia bom paye se rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar ene wo ha onyina to acha mam online media network odawa fikasiem a ye di nyankopon wasem brem wa santiki hausa ene brofo kasamu ewo wiase afana nyina no hiawo moa say ye betua studio bills asiesie studio mfidie atoto mfidi foforo e de aboa bonten so nyamesem ka nyamesom mpensempesemu eni dwumadie foforo akeka owo Ghana yibi boa yen ewo Universal Merchant Bank ai trinity afra no UMB account name Mam Online Media Network account number 022139560219 ana ye mobile money number iso 0246751175 edina edaso ne ye Mam Online o amana ne so a obetimi ayibi aboa dwumadie yi ewo Swift code MBGHGH0221395602019 hoy ne bebo tumfo nyankopon bosia na wabone moho ede amano insha Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulina Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. So alhamdulillah, we are here today Sunday, and my topic today is ego, or the human ego. So when we say ego, we have to look at the dictionary definition of what an ego is before we come to the Islamic perspective of ego. First of all, human being, Allah created human being as the best creation. And the makeup of human being consists of two essential things, which is the soul and the ego. The soul and the ego are all believed to exist, but then scientists have not been able to prove anything about the soul because they don't know anything about it, even though it is believed to exist. And when we come to Islam, or what Islam religion talks about the soul, we will see that Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said in one hadith in Bukhari that the soul comes into the human body when, like, he is still a fetus in his mother's tummy and he reaches 4 months. So that is when, if you try to abort a child when the child is 4, or when your pregnancy is 4 months or above, then we say you have really committed abortion, or you have killed a human being, because at that time the soul has been already breathed in the human or the baby's body. So we can just say a little things about this soul. We don't know much about it. We know that it enters into the human being for life to start, and also whenever it goes out, then death has occurred. So meaning, like, life has ended. So today my topic is not on soul, but on the human ego. Now, let's look at what an ego is. When we look into our dictionary today, it defines ego as a person's sense of self-esteem. And when I say someone's self-esteem, all of you will agree with me that it is a good thing. Like, even sometimes you will say, oh, you lack self-esteem, meaning if you lack it, it's something bad. And if you have it, it's something good. But when we come to the religion, Islamic religion, the ego is not something so good. Like, we call it nafs. When we come to Islam, we can explain ego as the thing that directs us to make distinctions among ourselves and others. So it is the thing that makes us feel we are better than other people. It's just like arrogance. So it makes us feel I have power, I have control, I have this and that more than this other person. And that is what we term as ego. So if ego is in this perspective, then it is very, very wrong. And unfortunately today, that is what a lot of people, even all of us, are going through. I'll classify myself as number one, like I'm saying this to my own self. So that, like, because we are all because we are all like in like we are all a victim of this thing. So I'll call myself like the number one person. I'm making this down to how to kill my ego, or how to suppress my ego as a human being or as a Muslim. And we look into the Quran, we will see a lot of examples of how ego destroyed or caused a lot of destruction to people. Now let's look into the life of our first Nabi, like Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. After Adam alayhi salatu wasalam was being created, he was living in this thing, and now let's consider Iblis, Shaitan. Shaitan was one of the best, like the best angel or the best jinn kind Allah created. And then he was someone who was serving Allah so much. But then what happened to him? His ego deceived him. When Allah created Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, and then he told the angels to bow or they should prostrate to Adam, what did he say? Like he felt that he is superior than him. He has power over him. So like his ego was deceiving him. Like he felt like, no, this man is created from dust and I'm created from fire. So why will I bow to him? And this is what caused the destruction of Iblis. So we can see that from the first man, even before like human beings came into an existence, this thing was still there. And because of that, Allah casted him out of heavens. And when we come back, or we look into the life of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, like we come down to his children, Cain and Abel, like Abel and Kabil. We can see in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 30. Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 30.
Surah Al-Ma'idah,
verse
chapter 5, verse 30. It says, so the nafs of the other encouraged him and made fair seeming of him to murder of his brother.
Okay, so like it's recites like فَطَوَّعَتْ لَهُ نَفْسَهُ قَتْلَ أَخِيهِ فَقَتَلَهُ فَأَصْبَحَ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. So like the nerves, the ego in Cain made him like he saw it as it's normal for him to kill his brother, because what he wanted to happen or what he wanted his brother to do to him, he wasn't doing it. So he saw it as it's normal, I can kill him. And he killed him, and that was the first sin ever humankind ever committed. And we can see this if like as a human being, if you want to know that the soul is your biggest enemy, there is even a hadith that our Prophet ﷺ said, the worst enemy a human being will have in this world is his own nafs, his own ego. And why is he saying this? Because when we consider a time like Ramadan, there is again a hadith which says in Ramadan, Allah changed all the jinns, all the evil beings. So we know that in Ramadan, all the evil beings are being chained. But what triggers us to commit evil things or to commit sins in Ramadan? It is what? Our ego. And like the ego, like when you look at, as our Prophet said, it is the worst enemy. You can have a enemy, maybe a human enemy. But even with your human enemy, if you use kindness and then like good manners and then good words, you will be able to change this enemy into your what? Your love, or like someone who really loves you or cares about you. But then with this ego, the more you are so kind and so the more you pamper it and you are so kind, the more it endangers you into going into deep or into making you do things that are so evil. Let's consider this thing, fornication. People started with fornication. In the olden days, there wasn't like this incest, homosexuality, and other things. It all started with fornication. So the person goes and fornicates with one person, 2 people, 3 people, like it goes on like that. If the person is still pampering that ego that is forcing him to do that, then it will reach a time the person will feel like, oh, this fornication it has become something normal. Now let me go and do other thing, and that is where what homosexuality comes in. Lesbian, gayism. A man goes to a man, and then a woman goes to a woman. So from this, like the ego still will tell you, oh, this too it has become normal. So the person will move on to what? To raping, the person will move on to raping people. So he can rape a child, the aged, even the youth. So he will do this, and then later on he will feel like this is also normal. Then he will go on into doing this incest. After that, our Prophet ﷺ even said there will be a time, if my ummah does not fight its ego, there will be a time that a person will not feel heavy even sleeping with his own mother. And we are all praying that Allah does not make us witness such thing, because it is very, very disgusting. And all these things is all because of the human ego. It is the worst enemy, a human being, and all of us have it. It only depends on how you will treat it. That's what I'm saying. I'm first saying this to myself before even to those out there. We all have this ego. Like you sometimes feel, I'm somehow better than this person. In this time there, I'm okay, I'm better than this person. This person, even maybe sometimes we compare maybe religion. She's a Christian, I'm better than her. She's a Muslim, I'm better than her. Which is very, very bad. You are not better than anybody. Nobody is perfect, and we are all, if you are better than a person this or in something, the person may be better than you in the other things. So you shouldn't be comparing, you shouldn't be arrogant. If you think what you are doing is good, just keep your thing. Okay, for me, I think what I'm doing is good. The other persons also think what she is doing is good. So you are all on your good track. You shouldn't compare and then try to, I'm better than you, so what? And this is what we call ego. We shouldn't try to make our ego take a bigger part of us. Now let's look at other examples in the Quran, the kind of distractions this ego caused. Let's look at Surah Al-Yusuf, verse 53.
And if I free not myself from the blame, verily, the human self is inclined to evil, except when my Lord bestows his mercy upon whom he wills. Verily, my Lord is oft forgiving, most merciful.
Okay, so like this particular verse, the part I really like about it is where it says, "Inna nafsala ammara," like the ego is inclined to evil. Like the nafs, it is always inclined to evil. So you are the one who have to treat your thing, because everybody has this ego. Let's consider the life of our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His chest was cleaved and cleansed 3 times. Even though he is our Rasul, because everybody is having this thing in him, and Allah wanted to pass through his revelation through him, he cleansed his heart at the age of 4. At such young age, Allah made an angel came, he opened up his chest and then cleaned all the bad deeds. Before he went for Miraj, Allah made an angel came to open up his chest and clean all the evil things. And before he even died, at the age of 61, his chest was also opened up and then cleansed. Now, we are not prophets, and then it is now up to us to do or to clean our own nafs. So what do? If our Rasul himself, someone who Ahsanul Khaliqin, he is the best of the creator, he is the best of the creation, and Allah himself sent angels to come and clean his heart, and even he didn't stop at that. Our Rasul said in a day he says istighfar not less than 70. So meaning in a day, he himself, he tried to clean his own nafs. He tried to control his ego. He make istighfar, a lot of istighfar, so that the remembrance of Allah, because Allah says, Allah bi dhikrillahi tatma'innal qulub. The remembrance of Allah, it cleanses or it makes your heart peaceful. So if our Rasul remembers Allah every day just to clean his heart, then what about you and me? We are human beings. We are bound to make mistake. And insan, the word insan, meaning human beings, it's from the root nisyan, meaning we forget a lot of things. We forget. Sometimes your ego will take a bigger part of you without you even knowing. And what you must do later on is you try, and then you work on it. You should work on it, even though it is there. we know you don't have to say, oh, okay, everybody is having it. So if it is there, then okay, it should just take a bigger part of me and this. And that is what is making people go into more into bad deed they started today. So you can see at first when like this juju issue came, people started with frauding. It was going on frauding, and then people started the juju, going to juju people. And now when you are looking at a television, you go through the television stations, almost like I would say half and a quarter of the television stations, they are advertising this juju or like this money ritual. Why is it so? Because now like the population, the youth, they are so much inclined into these things, and all this is because of your ego. So you started by like wanting money. Oh, I want money. Like you wanted money in a rush. So you started by frauding. Oh, then okay, now the client is not sending me a lot of money. Let's move to this level. Then you go in. So if you don't try to treat this ego or try to eliminate this ego from you, you will just be going deep without knowing. Without you even knowing that you are going deep. And before you realize it is your distraction. We can take Pharaoh. Throughout our prophet history, there are a lot of examples. But we take Pharaoh as an example. It's the same. His ego deceived him. And before he realized, when he was now in the sea and about to drown, he wanted to what? To believe in Moses. But then at that time, it was already too late because you are seeing your distraction. You cannot go back then. So you will be destroyed then. And that is what we must prevent. We must prevent the distance. We must try and control our ego before distraction befalls us. And that is what I'm trying to tell us, or my friends, my friends, or my sisters and brothers out there. Like, you should try and prevent your ego before distraction befalls you. Now, when we look at Surah to Luqman, verse 18 to 19, let's look at what Luqman, he is advising his child. Let's look at the kind of advice he's giving his child.
Surah to Luqman, verse 18 and 19 says, "And turn not your face away from men with pride, nor walk in insolence through the earth. Verily, Allah likes not any arrogant booster." 19, it says, "And be moderate, or show no insolence in your walking, and lower your voice. Verily, the harshest of all voices is the betraying of the asses."
Now let's look at this verse. In both verse 18 and 19, Allah was talking about how he should walk. وَلَا تَمْشِي فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. Don't boast when you are walking. Don't feel like you are big, you are better than everybody, like you are better than everybody around you. So you are boasting whilst walking. And in verse 19 too, it says what? That when walking, like, you shouldn't show any insolence. Like, you shouldn't feel like you are big. Okay, I'm above everybody here, so and this is what we call ego too. So your ego is trying to tell that, all these people, they are lower than you. You have power over them. So just feel free, do whatever you want to do and go. And this is what we call distraction to you. He is a prophet and he is advising another prophet not to do this. Now, what about you and I? What should we advise each other? We should advise or constantly advise each other not to do this, because it is something we all do, especially when you are going somewhere and maybe you are the person to give out the lectures or you are the one to present or talk. Sometimes the way we behave, you see, sometimes he's even a scholar, but the way he behaves. Now, there is even this a viral video on social media of a lady who was criticizing Mufti Menk. Whilst on Instagram, he was live on Instagram, and she called him and she was criticizing him so badly, calling him Iblis and other things. Now, let's look at what Mufti Menk did. Like, what he did here was so... I just felt in love with what he just did. Because she was criticizing him, calling him all sort of bad names. But then he he didn't like try to retaliate or even fight or raise his voice against her. He was quiet. He listened to whatever she wanted to say, and then he told her, okay, I hear, I agree, I accept your criticism. Like, accepting criticism is one way of killing your ego. Because if you are someone who doesn't accept what other people say or the bad people say about you, then your ego, you can never work on your ego. So now let's assume I'm done with my points or some of the, because there are a lot. If I'm going to go through the Quran and talk about the distraction the egos cause people, I will talk a lot. Look at Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, when he took them to the mountain of Tuwa, and then he asked them not to, and he asked them to be there, and then he is going to meditate to his Lord. They made a calf, and all these things are their ego. So when you go through the Quran, there are a lot of things on ego you can talk about. But if I'm going to go through, or we will also not finish with our topic today. So now let's go and look at the things. Since we all have this ego, let's look at how we can kill our egos. As Muslims, what are some of the things we can do to kill our egos? One, as I said, accepting people's criticism. Okay, she tells you you are bad, accept it. She tells you, oh, you are not humble. Okay, oh, hey, you are so arrogant. Okay, just accept it. Okay, because no matter what, there is no smoke without fire. If she says you are not humble, then there is some traits in you. She saw that's why she said you are not humble. Just accept it. Don't fight. Don't brag. Don't say anything. Accept it. Go home. Sit down. Reflect on it. And try and solve that thing in you. Like that arrogance in you. The reason why she said you are not humble. Try and find it out. And then do what? And work on it. And that is what we call like that is who we call a true Muslim. You should accept the criticism. If you are able to accept this, then you are halfway solving your ego. Now, the next thing is repenting. Always feel yourself that you are Allah's servant. Know that you are nothing in front of Allah, and Allah is the Most High. You are just but a little thing in front of Allah. So if you know this in mind, you know that there is something which is already superior than you. No matter what you do, someone up there is more bigger. He's the one who even created you. Know that, try and know how you were created from dust. You were created from dust, then cloth of blood. And if you try and then you know the stages of your creation, then you know that you are nothing but just you are nothing but just a dust. So if you repent, you are also trying to kill your ego. And then the next thing I would say is engaging in something righteous. Always try and engage yourself in something which is good, something righteous. Okay, they said I'm this. Okay, let me do this so that I'll try and then cover this up. Or okay, they said, oh, even sometimes you can even seek for people's advice. Tell them, oh, how do you think I am? Or tell me some of my bad traits. It's a good thing to do. If you do that, you will try to know things you are lacking, things you have to work on. As a human being, as a Muslim, you should always be open for all this. And the last thing I'll be talking about is dua. You have to always pray. Our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam always pray. Allahumma ya muqallibal qulub thabbit qalbi ala dinik. Oh Allah, the turner of the heart, turn my heart to your religion. So he knows that the heart can be turned, or the nerves can be turned into any other way, because the nerves turn. So you can be inclined to music, it can be inclined to maybe dance, or it can be inclined to any negative thing. So if you continue praying, then Allah, who is the all-hearing, will also hear your prayers and then try and then make you into a better being or a better Muslim. So I would like to end with my talk here today, and I pray to Allah to turn my heart and the heart of all those listening to me to His religion, so that we will be able to fight our egos, and there will be better Muslims, or we will be better Muslims than we are today. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Opese oboa nyamesem kan eni awieye. Opese usika eka nyamesem esesa amanfo gidie ni amanfo kra. Ana se opese udua dua bi ebeboa wo asasi so ha ene dan kwa matemuada. Sene de bia bom paye se Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Ene wo ha onyina to acha Mam Online Media Network odawa fikasiem a ye di nyankopon wasem brem wa santitwi Hausa ene brofo kasa mu ewo wiase afana nyina no hia ommoa se ye betua studio bills asiesie studio mfidie atoto mfidi foforo e de aboa bonten so nyamesem ka nyamesom mpensempese mu ene dwumadie foforo akeka owo Ghana ibi boa yen ewo Universal Merchant Bank a etwaniti afra no UMB account name Mam Online Media Network account number 022139560219 ana ye mobile money number iso 0246751175 edin na eda so ne ye Mam Online o amana ne so a obetimi ayibi aboa dwumadie yi e Swift code MBGHGHAC 022139560219 hoy ne bebo otumfo nyankopon bosia na wabone moho ede amano insha Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.